Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be making a Wordle. Now Wordle is a game that's been all over the internet right now. All my friends are playing it and everyone is addicted to it. I thought I would make a video on this, to like how we can make Wordle in Python. I thought it would be fun to do. Alright, so let's begin. First, I just want to point out that I made a Wordle folder and I have Wordle.txt with all of these 5-letter words that we're going to use. And now we begin by importing random, and then we use with open to open a file. Like, this is how you scrape files. This is how you read files in Python. You open the file. You name it, like I named the file word list, and now I have lines. I just use a read lines method to store all the lines in the whole file here into basically a read lines object. And so lines right now is a list, and what we can do is we can go through every single word in the list. This is list comprehension, if you're wondering what the syntax is. It's kind of like intermediate advanced, and that's where I'm like trying to make the difficulties of these videos in the exercises series right now. So I think that this is a good thing for like you to just like know. List comprehension, it's just saying for word and lines, just return word.r script. It basically means all these lines, I want every single word to be an element, and I don't want like the new lines. I don't want the Python's just gonna put like a next line escape character, right? Because you're switching lines between the words, but we don't want that, so we're just gonna strip the words of that, and then finally we have a list basically of all the words. Now if you haven't already seen my Hangman video, I really suggest that you do, because I'm gonna be using a lot of the same concepts in this one, because Wordle and Hangman are similar. And we begin with tries. Normally Wordle gives them 6 tries. So that's what I'm going to go with for this video. And then we're just going to choose a random word. Let's say route for this example. And then now we're going to have like a main while loop. Now while tries is greater than 0, we want the while loop to run only on that condition. Now we have encrypted. Encrypted is just like in Hangman. I have a bunch of dashes, like 5 dashes, and I'm going to convert this string into a list, because I'm going to like be changing this around like over here, and I don't want to like convert the string to a list and then change it back to a string, because strings you can't change them directly, they're immutable. I'm just going to make it like a list at the very beginning. So now we're just going to take the input from the user. We're just going to ask them to guess the word. It should be the word. And let's say they say rules for this example. Now, we're going to we're going to use enumerate. So for count letter, and enumerate guess. And what enumerate does is it just basically it attaches a numbered iterator to the main one, so that there's like a count is being maintained. For the index, of course, we could use the index function, but the index method, excuse me, but you know that is it only indexes the first occurrence of that element, and it's just not ideal for the situation. So we're gonna go ahead and use enumerate. Now, if this is what this is saying is if our word here root, if route or is it root? I think it's route. If we index it count, right? If we index if the user, let's say that this is what the user guesses, right? And if we go through rules and we have this condition here that if letter let's say it's R, right? R the user guesses R as their first letter of the word. Rules, right? If now that we're going through the word rules, if that letter R is equal to the letter at the same position, so the first position, it does. It's the same. It's that letter is in both of the words, but it's also the same position. We're just gonna make it capitalized. If that happens, if it's the same position, then it's capitalized. Usually in Wordle, it's green if it's in the same position. It's yellow if it's in the word but not the same position, and gray. But I'm not gonna implement colors right now. Just basic text. Okay. I'm just gonna say like if it's capital, then it's the same position. Otherwise, if the letter is in the word, but like if it's not in the same position, then we're just gonna change that index of encrypted. So like this one, for example, we're gonna change that to uppercase or lowercase based on what letter it is, and then we're gonna join the list encrypted as a string, and we're gonna output it to the user just to let them know how they're doing. And basically, it's important to if you're it's impossible to guess something in Wordle if you don't know your progress and how you're doing. So like that's where you can draw clues from. So now if encrypted dot lower, because encrypted is going to be uppercase if the user gets everything correct because it's in the same position. So basically this is saying if encrypted is the same thing as the guess, eventually the user guesses the word, okay, and then we're just going to print U1. Actually, I should make this if encrypted is word, right? Then we're just gonna print U1 and we're gonna break the loop. Otherwise, tries is gonna be subtracted by 1, and eventually, if tries is 0, then the loop will stop running naturally. Now let's test this out. Let's guess the word. I always begin with crane. Oh, that wasn't good. Fruit. Okay, so we got I. So this word has I at the 4th position, just like fruit. Now, I'm just thinking what this could be. So I'm not just gonna like play Wordle right here because that's gonna take a long time. I'm not great at the game, but basically, I'm just gonna put in random stuff. Now, normally Wordle doesn't let you do this because it has to be an actual word. But for I just want to show you guys that at the end, it basically tells you that it just ends. Okay, I just want to show that this thing works here. If you were like maybe doubtful of this while loop and how it works, then it just automatically ends. And if you want at the end, if you want, you can just you can even put in like a if tries is equal to 0, then you can even put like a message that like you lost, try again or something like that. Okay, now let's print the word and see if it works. Right here, print word. Now let's run it. So the word is highs. If I put in highs, I wonder how I got it correct in the first try. It's totally not like the word was revealed to me. Anyway, that was Wordle, and I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to link my GitHub in the description. Like the video, share it with all your friends. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.